The COVID-19 pandemic has affected us all in many different ways. It may be physically, emotionally, economically, socially, and psychologically. We are all dealing with the challenges brought by this virus, including possible illness and obstacles and interruptions to our normal way of life. When we are faced with a crisis of any kind, fear and anxiety are inevitable. These are normal and natural responses to challenging situations that are infused with danger and uncertainty. It is so easy to get lost in worrying and obsessing about all kinds of things that are out of our control right now, like what might happen in the future and how the virus might affect us, our loved ones, community, country, and the world. While it is completely natural for us to get lost in such worries, it is not useful or helpful. The more we focus on what is not in our control, the more hopeless or anxious we might feel. Mental health is not something somebody else struggles with. It is something we all struggle with at some point of time in our lives. And during this pandemic, the number of people experiencing mental health issues and distress has understandably risen. There are some practical ways that you can try to manage your mental health. In this video, I will cover mental health tips on coping with the pandemic. Number 1. Focus on what you can control. To start with, one of the most useful things anyone can do in any type of crisis is to focus on what is in your control. We can't control what happens in the future. We can't control the virus itself or the world economy or how our governments manage the situation. But we can control what we do here and now. And that really matters because what we do here and now can make a huge difference to us and those around us. Focusing on what we can control will help us maintain our well-being during this pandemic. Number 2. Deal with negative thoughts and feelings. My second mental health tip is to notice and acknowledge the uncertainty within a thought or feeling. As and when it comes to your mind, just pause and breathe. Tell yourself that this is just anxiety and is just a thought. And thoughts are not statements of fact. You don't need to believe everything you think. This thought or feeling will pass, and you don't have to respond to it or do anything about it. Number 3. Mindful relaxation. Mindfulness is about taking a non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, including your thoughts, feelings, and sensation, while encouraging openness, curiosity, and acceptance. There are many ways to practice mindfulness. Here is one very simple method you can try. Explore and connect with the present moment. Notice your breathing. Count your breath slowly. Try to count up to 20 slow deep breaths. The goal is to calm the mind by using these practices. Number 4. Take care of your emotions. Another important mental health tip is to take care of your emotions. It is impossible to have a life without some uncomfortable feelings. Negative emotions are a normal and helpful part of life. No emotion is without purpose and they are a source of information for us. It seems like a nice idea to try and get rid of negative feelings and replace them with positive ones. It might make sense because who wants to feel unhappy or have to deal with unpleasant feelings, right? Number 5. Engage. Last mental health tip is about engaging ourselves. Try to focus your attention on something meaningful, or on what you need to do, or on what you were doing, or do something else that you want to do. This is about becoming immersed in something that feels worthwhile and applying your strengths in the pursuit of this goal. My final thought is, living the same way before the pandemic is difficult. It is impossible. However, that should not discourage us from living our lives to the fullest and maintaining positivity. These mental health tips are a good start to help you cope with the stress brought by this pandemic. See you in the next video.